Hello learners, let's start with the implementation of the database. We are going to implement library database, which is exercise 1 as per the syllabus. We have already completed the design part of library database, that is schema diagram and ER diagram is already completed. Now let's start with the creation of tables. The first table that has to be created here is publisher table. You can go through the question. We have around 5 tables which has to be implemented. We have few additional tables also that can be created. So we will begin with the first table that we have to create, that is publisher table. Already we have seen the different attributes of publisher table. The attributes of publisher table are name, phone number and the address. So I hope you all know the basics of table creation. You can just go through the video of basics of table creation before you start up with the exercise. Yes, so directly we will create the table publisher using the keywords, using the command SQL command create table, and the table name here is publisher. Next, the attributes that I'm going to define here are publisher name. So name of the publisher, the data type of the publisher name is varchar. Since it is a character or a string, so let's take it as varchar, and the size I have taken it as 20. And as you all know, in the question they have mentioned that every publisher should have a unique name. So the primary key what I have mentioned here is for the publisher name, which is going to be unique in nature. So the next attribute is phone number, which must be an integer, so I have specified it as integer data type. And the next one is address, which is again varchar, and the maximum size is 20. So remember students, limit always the size here to 20. Okay, so don't give very large size because it is unnecessary there, right? Okay, so the table has been created. Once the table is created, you must next describe the table and see the structure of the already created table. So the command for the description of table, to check the description of the table, is DESC followed by the table name. Table name here is publisher. So you can just see here the data, the description, and the description here is of the table publisher. You can see the columns of publisher table that is already created. One is the name, publisher name, and the next one is the phone number. The third column is address. The third column is address part. So you can see the 3 fields or the 3 columns of your table, and you can see the data type of each of the column. Publisher name data type is varchar, integer, the phone number data type is integer, and by default it has taken how many? 11 bytes. And you can see here the next one, the address is varchar. It is not the by default here. Actually here you can mention the size also, int followed by the size that can be mentioned. Since I have taken here as integer, default value will be taken for the phone number attribute. Okay, so here you can see the 11 bytes is allocated for the phone number. The next one is address, whose data type is varchar, and the size is 20, and this is as how I have mentioned there while table creation. And you can see here the third column, it indicates null. The meaning is value of the data type, the value of the attribute name can never be null. Why? Because I have mentioned the publisher name as primary key. So the values must be unique in nature, and also one more nature of the primary key is value can never be null. You must enter one or the other value for publisher name. So here the no specifies that name attribute cannot take any null values. What about the phone number and the address? So phone number and address can be null. The meaning is you can leave the blank, you can leave this phone number field and the address field as blank. That means you if you don't enter any value for phone number, it is absolutely fine. It is going to accept the value there. Okay, so here it can be null. The meaning is that. The next column indicates the primary key. Here in the table we have only one primary key, and that primary key here is the publisher name. So the other two attributes, for the other two attributes it's blank. Yes, the next one, what is it? The default value. Suppose if you don't enter any value, by default it is going to take values for all the three attributes as null there. Okay, but here remember, primary key can never be null. Okay, so in that case it is going to throw an error saying that primary key cannot be null. Okay, we'll go to the next table, and the next table which has to be implemented is create. Book. So here the book table is created using the same SQL command create table. And what are the different attributes of book table? The first attribute is book ID, next is title, and the next one publisher year, publication year, and the next one is the publisher name. These are the four attributes of the table book or of the entity book. And it is already mentioned in the question that book ID is a primary key. The meaning is book ID can never be null, one thing, and one more thing is book ID, the values that you enter for book ID must be unique in nature. So here I have specified book ID as primary key, and the next one, title, is a type varchar whose size is 20. Publication year is again of type varchar whose size is 20. Then the publisher name, you can see the data type is again varchar and the size is 20. And you can note here one thing, this publisher name we have already seen somewhere. So I hope you have all seen in the previous slide the table creation of publisher, wherein publisher name was one of the attribute there, and I hope you remember publisher name was primary key in the previous table that we just created. So here publisher name has been derived from the table publisher, where the publisher name was primary key in that particular table. So here in this table, that is book table, since I have derived the publisher name, I am going to consider this publisher name as foreign key. So foreign key is the one which is going to reference the primary key. So how do I mention that? So foreign key is a keyword that I am going to specify, foreign key, followed by which attribute is a foreign key here? Publisher name is a foreign key. So specify the foreign key here or the attribute name here, that is publisher name, and then which table or which attribute it refers to now. So this is a keyword again, references is the keyword which has to be specified after this, and it is going to reference what? It is going to reference my publisher table which I had just created. So one step behind if you go, you can see I have just created a publisher table, and again in that publisher table I had taken an attribute called name, or you can say there I had taken an attribute which was a primary key there in publisher table. The attribute name that I had specified was name. Remember, when you specify here the attribute name, you should go back and see your publisher table what attribute name you had specified. The same attribute name you must specify here also. So name is an attribute that I had already created in the table publisher. Okay, so remember one more thing, this name should be primary key in the publisher table. Only then you can have publisher name as foreign key in this book table. So foreign key, publisher name, followed by references, followed by the base table or the main table publisher which I had already created, and then primary key name which is already defined within the table publisher. So don't change the table name as well as this attribute name which is already created in the previous step. Followed by on delete cascade. I hope you all know about this on delete cascade. You can refer to the basic video wherein all the basic SQL commands are discussed. So here on delete cascade is the one. Suppose, see, remember, do not forget to specify this on delete cascade. Never you should forget this. Okay, so why is that? See, suppose if I delete a particular publisher from my publisher table. So publisher table is a main table where all publisher details are mentioned. Suppose if I delete any one publisher details from the publisher table, that publisher information should be removed from my book table. That is book table which wherein I am deriving the same publisher over here also. So here something like, if I remove a row or a publisher detail from the main table publisher, the corresponding row, the corresponding publisher details should also be removed here from the book table. Okay, so that automatic deletion is done only if you specify on delete cascade. That is, if you delete a row in main table publisher table, then you need to cascade. That means that deletion should be done in this derived table as well, in this child table as well. The corresponding publisher detail should be deleted from this table as well. Okay, so you can describe this table and see here the same thing. Again, you can see the publisher, I mean the book ID is primary key. Here you can specify, you can see here it is primary key, title is varchar, publisher here is there varchar, but publisher name you can just see here, it is specified as MUL. So what is the meaning of this? MUL. The meaning is publisher name. When you are taking here, it is a foreign key. One thing, the meaning of foreign key is multiple values can be taken, or multiple values for the publisher name can be taken, or you can say here same names can be taken. For example, if I have a publisher name called Pearson, okay, if Pearson is a publisher name, I can have here two or more books. For example, I can have here DBMS textbook which is published by Pearson. I can have one more textbook, that is CN textbook also, which is published by the same publisher Pearson. That is possible. So here what value is repeating? Pearson publication name is repeating, but here remember my book ID or the book name is not repeating. I mean the book ID here can never repeat. Okay, why? Because book ID is what? The primary key. But here what about this? The publisher name is not primary key. So publisher name, since it is not primary key, I can have the same values in two or more rows. That means two or more books can have same publisher details, multiple values. Okay, so MUL you can see, and then here the default value is specified as null. Okay, so this is the table. This is about the table, our book table. We have already the book table has been. We'll go to the next table now, and the next table here is author table. So as I hope you all know about this, I said this is one extra table that we are creating just for the purpose of understanding here. So author is a new table that I'm creating with only one attribute called author name, and that is the only attribute plus that is a primary key in that particular table. So two or more rows in this table cannot be same, or you cannot repeat the author names. So it should be like first entry Navate, second entry say the next Kuros, the third entry should be Balaguru Swami, like that. Different author details only should be there in this particular table. So you can describe the table and see. Okay, so this is the table author. The next table we have, which is book authors. So you can see the next table that I've created only after creating book table, and the next table is author table. I hope you all have seen the tables that I have created in order. So the first table that I had created was publisher table. Only after creating publisher table, next I moved on to the book table. Why? Because inside the book table I have one foreign key which is referencing to my publisher table. Next I moved on to the table called authors, where all author names I have entered. I mean I need to enter all author names. So after my creation of author table, I then moved on to this table called book authors. So you can see here, this is the book author table what we have, and in this book author table you can note author name is there, next book ID is there, Next, yeah, these are the two attributes, only two attributes inside this book author table. So you can now note here author name. From where did I derive this author name? Just now I had created this author table, right? So from this author table I am deriving the author name. So you can now note this author name became what? The foreign key here, remember. So this is our foreign key we have. And the next attribute you can note here. What is the next attribute? Book ID. So from where did I get this book ID? Did I already create the table called book? Yes. So here this book ID has been derived from the book table. So you can note here author name was primary key in author table, book ID was primary key in book table. But here when it comes, book ID must be foreign key, author name also must be foreign key. You should clearly mention. But remember one more thing, every table should have a primary key, right? So what is the primary key in this particular table? In this table the primary key is combination. I have one primary key which is nothing but the combination of author name and book ID. So what is the meaning of combination of author name and book ID? Suppose if I take here one example, I have an author called Navate. Okay, so your DBMS author is Navate, DBMS textbook author is Navate. So I have this Navate who has written a textbook, which is the textbook? DBMS textbook, correct? So DBMS is a textbook which is written by our Navate. Next I have the same Navate author who might have written again a textbook which is related to database, something like a textbook on transactions, which is again related database transactions. Okay, so this is a separate textbook which is written based on the data, which is written on database transaction. So who is the author? Navate is the author. So you can see here what is repeating? Author name is repeating, correct? Yes. So I can have one more entry, something like this. The same something like, you know, a the same textbook. What is the textbook? Transactions. The same to same textbook, the previous textbook. Again I am writing the same transaction textbook. Can I have one more author? Can have one more author? Yes. You might have seen a book may have multiple authors. So Navate is the first author there. There might be a second author there along with the Navate. So the author 2. Let me take him as some author called ABC. Okay. So he is the second author of the same textbook transaction. So here what is repeating? You can see transaction value. The book name is repeating. Book title here is repeating. Or in other words, instead of book name here I can take it as book ID. Okay, so here book IDs are repeating. What is the meaning? Same book has been written by two authors, so that is also possible. Or in other words, the same author can write two different books. So here author names are repeating. In this case book titles are repeating. So here I can see that in this particular table individual values may repeat, individual column values may repeat, but what should not repeat there is the combination of the values. So if I am taking here the first row, what is that first row saying? That is Navate combination with the database. That row must be different from the second row. So which is the second row? What is the second row saying? Navate with combination with the table book name transaction. So whether these two rows are different? Yes. Individual value Navate is repeating, but what is not repeating here? The combination of Navate database and Navate transaction, that is unique. So Navate has written database, here Navate has written transaction. So isn't it two different rows here? Yes. Similarly the second row you compare with the third row. Navate is written transaction textbook. Third row says that transaction book is again written by a different author called ABC. So here the two rows are again unique in nature. So transaction title may be repeating, but authors is not repeating in this case. So two different rows we have over here. So you call this as the combination of the attribute author name and book ID, which acts as a primary key. So can you just note here what is written? So book ID comma author name, combination of them is taken as primary key. So how do you specify here foreign key again? So do not forget to write primary key for a table. So after you write the primary key for a table, now you do not forget again to mention the foreign key. So book ID, is it a foreign key? Yes. So book ID has been referenced from which table? Book table. So here book ID is a foreign key in this table which references to my main table called book table, wherein book ID was the primary key in book table. So we have already implemented book table, already creation has been completed, has been done. So here foreign key is one of the foreign key is nothing but the book ID. So I hope this is clear over here, and do not forget to also write on delete cascade here. Okay, so on delete cascade is also very important. Yes, I have missed out one thing over here, that is nothing but our author name. You can mention as author name, you should as a foreign key here. So what is it? Foreign key, author name, references, author table, and in the brackets, inside the brackets you should write a name or author underscore name, whatever the name, whatever the attribute name that you had specified in the author table. Okay, so remember to add one more line over here, that is foreign key, author name, references, author table, and inside the bracket you can write author name on delete cascade again. Okay, so this is how you mention the this is how you create the table author book authors. Next we have the table called library branch. So in this particular table we have the three attributes: branch ID, branch name, and address. So here you can in your syllabus it is mentioned as library program as a table name. So use the same table name called library program, and then this is program ID, and this is program name, and this is the address. So that is how the same naming convention you all use. Attribute name you will have to refer, and here branch ID or the program ID is taken as primary key. Okay, so all these things you can note here. Branch name, if it is very large, you can take it as 50 or else limit it to 20 only. Address also, if it is very large, take it 50, or else the size you can limit it to 20. Next we have the table called book lending here. So what is the book lending table here? You can see issue date, that means date out. Next we have the return date, or you can take it as due date. The same attribute names you take as mentioned in the syllabus or in the question. Next we have book ID, program ID or branch ID, and then card number are the three attributes. So among them you can see some are familiar. What is that? Book ID and program ID are the two attributes which you have already done. Book ID was the primary key in book table. Program ID or branch ID is the one attribute or the primary key which was there in the previous table, which was the previous table, library table that we just created. So in the library table, program ID or branch ID was taken as primary key. In book table, book ID was taken as primary key. So in these two attributes has been referenced or has been derived, or these two are the one which are referencing to book table and library table. So among these attributes you can mention one attribute. You must mention here the foreign keys. Which are the foreign keys? Book ID is foreign key which is referencing to book table, and then branch ID or program ID is a foreign key which is referencing to the library table. And for both of them, do not forget to give this on delete cascade. Okay, yes, which automatically deletes. And then one more thing you have here, card number. And here the order has to be changed. What is that order? I did not show you the table creation of card. So remember, before you create this book lending table, you can create a table called card which has only one attribute in that, which is that card number is the only attribute in that. Okay, so you can just note there, create first, before creating book lending table, create a table called card and which has only one attribute called card number, and take that card number as primary key there. Remember, so in that case what I can do, once I create this book lending table, inside this book lending table I can mention this card number as foreign key which is referencing to the table card, and you don't forget to write this on delete cascade. So remember, whenever you mention this foreign key called card number, whenever you mention this foreign key or something, remember always this main table, base table should be already created. Like how here we have book table is already created, library table also is already created, but card table I didn't show you, but it is there in the next few slides. But remember the order. But here what is that? The book lending table, before you create the book lending table itself, your table card must be created. Okay, so card table must be created there. Okay, so once this is done, so see what is the primary key there. So our primary key is again the combination of book ID, program ID and card number, all three combination. So our two rows, no two rows should be same, no two rows containing book ID, branch ID, card number should be same. That means what? Every row containing these three values should be unique in nature. So that is the primary key that we have. So this card table which I was referring to, please create this card table before book lending table. Okay, we have the next table, that is book copies. So here you can see the attributes that we have taken: number of copies, then we have the book ID, then the program ID. You can see here book ID and program ID, again it is there over here. So can you see this? These two are the one which is already there in our book table and our library table. So here foreign keys are book ID and program ID or branch ID, which is referencing to our book table, and then the library branch table. So here what is the primary key? The combination of book ID and the branch ID or the program ID, the combination of them is the primary key. So do not forget to specify the primary key there.